Good morning on this pleasant Saturday morning. And I decided to do a new channel which will review comics, mostly older ones, and it's different from my usual themes. It's just random stuff I took from my spinner rack. So that's what I think I'll call it. These are all my spinner racks. I got all the kinks from flipping through them. Don't care. I'm going to start off with the new Teen Titans. Now, let me zoom in on this. George Perez, he would sometimes do covers with color pencils, and the results were really, really fun. He did some color pencil work with like Silver Surfer and Galactus. It was in a short print run of a fanzine called Perez, accent on the first E. But I hate to say it, but Perez is easier to say. So certainly both of those are easier to say than my name. But I love that. This was when New Teen Titans went to Baxter Paper, and they had Trigon, and he's teaching them trigonometrics. So that's cool. That's the money shot. Just his storytelling is whoa. I forgot about this. Such an imagination. Some of the stuff he did, like back when Reed Richards was possessed by the wand that makes Molecule Man, Perez drew these buildings that came to life, like in humanoid form, and that was just amazing. There's some color hold stuff. I've told you all about color holds in the past, and look at that. This kind of stuff is what got me into DC more. They kind of updated their stuff for the 80s without being like gruesome and such. Okay, I gotta pat that because I don't want this to be another 30-minute video. It's kind of quick. I first heard of this from Fred Hembeck. Fred Hembeck mentioned this like 40 years ago in one of his Fantaco magazines, just because he was saying that he believed, and I have no reason to disbelieve, is Jim Steranko probably designed that hand, because it just has a look. What a horrible costume. He's got looks like a baseball cap. I don't know who did this one, but I have another issue that's done by George Tuska. Some of these smaller publications just weren't good at, or maybe it was a matter of keeping their artists in line. But really cool stuff. Really, I got this $3, $5. I don't know. Okay, now this. Oh my goodness, I love this one. Great Kirby cover. Probably laid out by Marie, because Kirby only anything other than his own books. Marie would do the layouts, and sometimes Cockrum or Hannigan, because that's just the way he wanted to do it. November, that was a few months ahead, and that meant the end of August, which meant the end of summer. So the first time I'd see a December on there, I'd be like, oh no, I'm back to school. Gary Conway. I'm just going to call Gary Conway. He can mutilate my name anytime. So Jack Abel on the inks, and I'm really digging it, because for a while it was just either Vinny or it was Esposito, but Abel's doing some amazing stuff. He did great stuff on the Hulk over Herb Trimpe that I really enjoyed. The Melter. Oh dear, cheese. He melts his legs together. And Bill Mantlo at this point was he was retreading some old Tales of Suspense storylines. And I didn't really mind it at the time. I still don't mind it, because here comes Iron Man, fresh from the reprint of Tales of Suspense 90 something, where the original Iron Man came back and took out the Melter when the then current one was taken down. I love that. That's great. Well, it turns out to be a robot, but the Melter's easily impressed. Let me put it that way. It's like, still coming. It's not a crummy robot. Well, you can sort of tell. Good stuff, good stuff. And we're going from the sort of sublime to the absolutely ridiculous. My understanding, or my wild ass guess, is that this is one of the very last Marvel comics to have like a chromium cover. And it's so much excess from the 80s. I mean, he's basically, what's his name? Basically, you know what I'm talking about. Cable. He's basically Cable. Got a cool electronic eye. It's like the eye patch. And it's, I got this out of $1. Howard Chaykin wrote it, and Corky Leventhal and Mark McKenna did the art. Howard Chaykin, I don't think he sought this out. I think he was just a hired hand because he had jobs that he was passionate about, then he had jobs that were just jobs, and I know that all too well. You would have that annoying as hell side view. Oh, that was horrible. It was just irritating. Sort of sideways, and people think, oh, kind of a dirty comic book. Put down that dirty book, you. You're not of age. Okay, come on. See? If I had fingernails. So, everything's very, very fifth generation Liefeld Extreme Studios. And it's just not, it's just all of that. I don't know how to put it. Oh, yeah. So that was the end of the first issue, I think. Hold on a sec. Yes, cardboard covers. Thick. So I just got it for the novelty of the cover. I love it. Yep. Originally costing $1.25. I got it for $1. Now, here's some good stuff. Vigilante. He started off with Marv Wolfman and Keith Pollard, who did a fantastic job on it, but didn't stay very long with the book. And that's Gil Kane, baby. That's some amazing late era Gil Kane. I always love that costume that Perez designed. And Kane inks himself here, I think. Yeah. He could make boring talking scenes exciting, just because his various angles and his. He did some animation, I think, with Ruby Spears at this time. There were a lot of people who left. There's something there. Classic stuff. I think he did, because a lot of because comics aren't the most reliable thing if you want to make a living. Gil Kane fight scenes. Nothing like them. That's great. I love that. Look, it's just so perfect. It's eye popper too. Now we go on to, I don't know if I covered this or not, but Human Fly. He was this Canadian daredevil guy who rode motorcycles, jumped over stuff. He was basically their version of Evel Knievel, except he had a hidden secret. He never revealed his face to the public in real life and in the comic. Real quick, Carmen Infantino and Al Milgrom, they make a great team. I really like it. I mean, I know I've been unfair to both of these artists, but I dig it. And it is by Carmen Infantino, who I mentioned I wasn't big on. Dan Green, who we lost recently, really does an excellent job of, I don't know how the best way to describe it. He just makes it look like less zigzaggy and pointy. Yeah, Green does a really amazing amazing job here. And I think this is about 2 years after he started out. He's been around forever. I love that. The human fly. Here comes the Ghost Rider. Yeah. And he just took the rigidity out of Infantino's work, and I think that's what I liked about it. There's all kinds of stuff. Giant fan that's supposed to blow him away. You know, it's comics. It's early comics where all this stuff. Orca. Dorka doo. So, great stuff. Really, I bought all the issues of Human Fly. Most of them were Frank Robbins, and then later Bob Lubers from the Golden Age. He took over. Fantastic stuff. Okay. Green Arrow. I was so happy to see this. This is when DC started really getting into miniseries. They did one called, I think, World of Krypton and the Unknown Tales of the Batman, and they were slow to come out with these things. And then they took a character I've always sort of liked and made me like him that much better. And Trevor Von Eden just did some great stuff. Really, really. Just amazing storytelling. Here we go. I'm not going to spoil too much of this if I can help it. But Trevor Von Eden, I mean, he had a whole different attitude. Not attitude. He just had a different style when it came to comics. And they go over Oliver Queen's wacky origin. Love that. It's very German. That's almost sort of like a Neil Adams thing with the heavy shadows. But the faces in different directions, it's just... This is a bit of a shortcut, but who cares? You know, the rest of the book more than makes up for it. All these anniversary issues, and they were all good. That's some cool stuff there. Got the Neil Adams cockeyed panels there. I got a whole parachute by Arrow. That's a given. I really like this page. Really. Love that line work. So after this issue, I'm like, I am getting the rest of the issue. I mean, the rest of the series, because it's really, really grabbed me. Okay. And now I have P. Craig Russell's work for Dark Horse, and P. Craig Russell loves he loves theater. He loves old plays and such. I'm trying to think of the term. Dagnabbit. The classics, but it's P. Craig Russell and Galen Showman. And I picked this mostly. The Pagliacci is supposed to be the name of this play, this opera. That's it. P. Craig Russell loved opera. He did so many interpretations of different opera shows. Operas. They called the clowns. I think because maybe Pagliacci wouldn't sell much. That's just heavenly stuff. I love that logo. And really, really amazing stuff. I like that. That's a very different look for P. Craig Russell. But anything with him in it is just going to be good. I don't know what Galen Showman did. But I'm sure he just helped. Maybe he was an assistant to P. Craig Russell because he's not the fastest guy. But you don't want him to be the fastest guy because his stuff is so... There's not a bad panel to be found in any of his work. I love the gray effects too. That's a hard panel right there. Just stunning. Good stuff. And now, here we go. Hawk and Dove, created by Steve Ditko, who did the first 2 or 3 issues, and then he got tuberculosis for the second time in his life. He had it when he was a lot younger, and then he, he was out of work for a year because he was sick with tuberculosis. But a lot of people think, oh, he did this in the Creeper, then he bailed because he had a temper tantrum, and it's like, no. So beautiful, beautiful art. That's Kane inking himself on the cover, but it's substantially different here. And I have a very strong belief that Wally Wood inked this stuff. I'll get some really good examples. Ooh, Mexican Bug. Like that there, with her hair, her hands, her figure. That's Wally Wood. I'm not even into Hawk and Dove, but I want that page. This was given to me by my good pal Chuck Dixon. He just sent me a little care package of stuff he didn't think I had, or maybe he had duplicates of. Yeah, model kits were a big thing back then. They were fun. Fun. Yeah, that's definitely Wood inks. Oh. Gotta go back to this. Gil Kane himself, he had to have taken that from him. He had to do a self-portrait there, I'm certain of, because it looks a lot like Gil Kane. It looks pretty much exactly like Gil Kane. So I thought that was kind of neat. And, it's one of those old things where you could draw and have a little hand mirror and see what you look like. And I'm going to jump to this one because I'll have to show my friend Sergio a Joe Kubert cover for The Flash. So that's kind of cool. All right, well, I hope you liked it. I'm going to do some more comics in my spin rack, and take it easy. Bye.